In this video, we're looking at a Samsung washer, and generally between loads, we leave the door ajar so the inside can dry out, and we leave the soap dispenser drawer pulled out. But despite my best efforts, there's mold on the upper part of the dispenser. So the tray is being soaked in some bleach so we can kill that mold. And in today's video, I'm going to take this top off so that I can get to the top of this unit and easily disinfect it. Looking at the back of the unit, there's a Phillips number 2 fastener and 2 additional fasteners here. It's the same thing on the other side. So we're going to pop these off and see if that allows us to remove the lid. Once all 6 fasteners have been removed, you're going to need a tool like this. It's made out of plastic. It's used to separate components without damaging them. If you don't have something like this, then you can try a credit card. And what you're going to do is you're going to come to that front seam of the lid and you're going to try to insert this in here and see if it gives you enough leverage to move the lid back. Now, the reason we don't use a screwdriver or something metallic is you might end up gouging the metal or the plastic pieces. So it's just, there we go. See, it got in there, and this edge is pulling back, so I'm going to come further down here and pull back on it. And now it pulls back and it releases, and I'm able to lift this lid and remove it. As you can see, we've removed the lid without affecting the front panel. And you have hoses, springs, a bunch of hoses here. This is the soap dispenser. Back there is a capacitor. Don't touch that. It could shock you. All we need to do is disengage these hoses. And there's a clip that squeezes. Pull those off. So we're releasing 1, 2, 3, 4 hoses. There's this hose that comes through here, but that just simply is going to tuck out of the way. And then I have a fastener here, a fastener there, one in this corner, and ideally it looks like this lid attaches to the rest of the soap dispenser, and there's some clips that we may have to release on both sides. Then I think this will come out. So first thing to do is remove those hoses. To loosen this clip, you can use pliers or a long nose plier. Just come behind it, squeeze the clip, it expands, pull it down the hose. See, now you can just move it, and then gently twist the hose until it comes off. What you don't want to do is you don't want to come in with the pliers and do that, because there's a piece of plastic underneath, and if you break that, then you have to replace the whole component. Just a warning that there are sharp pieces, the metal, the corners of the plastic, so be careful that you don't injure yourself. With the last hose disconnected, you may want to have a towel around, because some of these do have water in them. You also may want to just put numbers on the little clip here, so that way you know which hose goes into the proper connection. Now we're going to take this Phillips number 2 off. And you may have noticed I switched over to gloves because I was tired of bleeding. So now you pull back and the unit is loose. So I actually remove, there's a hose that comes out of the back of this unit. And again, it's a big, large ring. And so that was actually a lot easier to pull off than the little hoses. Then you undo all these clips. You have to push back on the top of the lid so that it separates. And now you see all that mold in there. And this is kind of hard to get in with your hands or a brush and get it all out. So I'm going to take this, bleach this portion. This we can actually just clean by hand, but this is the important part. So once I get this all disinfected and all the mold gone, then we just snap this back onto this box and just reverse the way that we took it out. Before reassembling the unit, let's do a quick tour. On the left and right side, there are two springs. If these are missing or broken, you need to replace them. They help stabilize the drum during the spin cycle. Likewise, there's a felt pad on both sides, and that helps in case the drum hits the sides of the unit. Back here, this hose is for venting, so make sure that's attached and in place. Of course, this is the hose that we disconnected from the soap dispenser. So you get soap, bleach, and water softener going down into the drum. Then we have our hot water connection coming from here. And then 3 pipes, hoses coming from the cold water side. And then power comes in through the cord back there, hits this capacitor. So should your unit not be operating, you may want to test that capacitor before you test other things downstream. If the capacitor has failed, then that's just a simple replacement. It could save you a few bucks there. So now we're ready to put this together. And one final tip. I notice on the back of the lid, there's this piece of plastic, and there were 2 fasteners here. This top fastener can be left in place as it does not attach to the washer itself. It just holds this plastic piece to the lid. So you only have to worry about this fastener on the bottom and this one here. After soaking overnight in a bleach solution, and for the bleach to water ratio, just check the label on your favorite bleach. You can see all the mold is gone. Now, you could have left these 2 halves together and just soak the entire container in the bleach solution, but I'm just particular, so I wanted to make sure that this was totally cleaned out. So I prefer taking it apart, but yes, it would be a lot less work if you just use the 2 halves together. So now we're ready to assemble these 2 and then connect all our hoses. First thing we're going to do is take the bottom hose that has a clamp on it. We're going to loosen that clamp by squeezing it, and then we're going to put our lower bin into this opening. Now, this comes off, so all you have to do is just squeeze to expand it, and it catches right here on this lip. So you don't want it to be further back, just right here. You'll see actually an indentation from where it was before, so that's where you want to catch it. It may help you to move this clamp a little bit further down the hose, like this, so that when you go to fit this part, it's just a little easier and the clamp isn't causing any restriction. And you want this to go in and seat to the bottom. And so I can feel that the plastic has bottomed out here. And now I'm ready to clamp it in place, and you may want to turn this clamp so it's easy to reach, because you can always twist it around. So that'd be the proper position for the clamp. And I'm going to leave the actual handles of the clamp facing down. With the top lid, there are places where it's going to clip into place, and those are along here. Same on the other side. But you also have some catches in the front that have to mate here. So you'll probably want to do something like this where you bring it in on the top. Make sure this aligns and catches in the front. And once you have all three of these tabs in place, then you can start pressing down and securing the lid to the bottom, and it snaps into place. We are now ready to position. Now you do have some alignment aids that are built into this unit. Of course, the stud goes into the hole there. There's a little tab up here that's going to catch this piece of metal here. And when that happens, and your alignment here is correct, it should slide forward into this opening. Our little tab there caught, ours back here. We look for the screw fastener holes, and they're all aligned, so we are actually ready to fasten this down. Now we're ready to attach the hoses, and if you numbered them like I advised you, it's easy. This one's number 4, and now they may be difficult to slip on or they may not. This went on pretty easy. So then you just bring your clamp in and you can squeeze the clamp, and again you just want to go over where the old fitting is, and I'm going to do hose clamp because if I attach all my hoses then they get in each other's way. It'll be just that much easier. You may need some water to just wet to help push the hose on. I wouldn't use oil or soap because you do want this to remain, you know, nice and tight. It may help to have the clamp facing up to just get it in place, and then you can turn it over. Make sure these are pointing off to the side or down, because if they're pointing up, they may get in the way of the lid. And don't forget this hose. And it doesn't go here, it actually goes up here. And it's kind of pinched in. If you look at your existing hose, you can see where it was in place. So you can pretty much match it identical. So that's the correct place, not down here. We're finally ready to put on the lid. 2 things to note. The lid has tape along that edge and along this edge. Make sure that tape's in place. Also, when we pull this forward, you'll see some openings here. There's some tabs at the front that they'll catch, so that'll guide you in. There's a little piece of track here and on the other side. So what we do is we place it back a little further, align it, start coming forward, make sure our tabs go into each of the holes. You may have to pull forward from the back and push forward from the front to get this to close up. With the 2 fasteners in place on both sides of the lid. It should seal up nicely. There should be no gap between the lid and the front plastic. If there is, then you may want to take a rubber mallet, not a hammer, and then gently tap on the back metal to get it to line up. You don't want to tap up here in the front because this is plastic and this will break. But again, just showing you that it is possible to get a nice closed seam. And now we're ready to drop in our soap dispenser. Of course, don't forget to clean out your soap dispenser before reinserting. If you found this video interesting or useful, give us a thumbs up, leave us a comment, join the subscription team, and as always, thank you very much for watching.